Hello buddy, I am Oscar W. Fitchett.
And I'm Gary C. Bradshaw.
And welcome to our third review in our Christopher Nolan review series. This time we're reviewing the 2002 mystery film Insomnia, which stars Al Pacino, Hilary, Swank, and the late great Robin Williams. And the plot of Insomnia, according to IMDb, is two Los Angeles homicide detectives are dispatched to a northern town where the sun doesn't set to investigate the methodical murder of a local teen. Now, for people who are unaware, this is the only feature film that Christopher Nolan has directed that he hasn't had a writing part in. He had nothing to do with the script in this film. He was like strictly director, and the only other Nolan regulars in terms of film crew a part of this film are Emma Thomas, who is the co-producer, who is his wife and producer for all of his films, and Wally Pfister did the cinematography for this film. Now, this is my second time watching the film, your first time watching Insomnia, and I originally thought I wasn't that impressed by the film. It was at first for me didn't really do anything for me. I didn't remember much of the film because it just didn't really leave that much of an impact on me personally in first viewing. Now I'm reviewing this, watching it for a second time, and I can tell you now I enjoyed it a lot more than I did my first viewing. I went from thinking it was okay to actually really liking the film, and I think a lot of the praise I can give to this film is the two performances of Al Pacino and Robin Williams. Those two, anyway, are exceptional actors in general. Like, Al Pacino is just one of the all-time greats in terms of just giving a solid dramatic performance in anything. And Robin Williams is known for being a comedy god. He's known for being one of the all-time greats of comedy acting, but he can pull off a really good serious performance as shown in this film. I feel like he's great at being almost the lovable guy. Like, he can go from being a very lovable guy in some films to being a very unsettling, creepy type of guy. Like he kind of was in this film. He kind of went back and forth, and in terms like, oh, he's kind of lovable, but he's also kind of unnerving. And the two, anytime Pacino and Williams have a scene in this film, is my eyes are just glued to the screen. I think the cinematography by Wally Pfister is exceptional in this film. I didn't remember how good it was from my first viewing until now. I think this is very good. The way that it utilizes the fog in some of the shots is just really good, and some of the almost like helicopter shots, like oversea type views, are just glorious. They're so good. Like there's a lot of like really almost breathtaking moments in this film. Like oh, that's a really nice shot. But then the way it's shot as well is very kind of, I don't know. It can go from being it can go from almost feeling very grand to feeling very small and very enclosed, and I think that's a very good job from Wally Pfister. The one thing I do have to critique on Pfister's cinematography work is when there's a fight scene or an action scene, it can get a bit shaky. That's the only critique I can think of in terms of if I'm critiquing the cinematography, and it's kind of quick cut edited, which is kind of a bit like I know I'm not a fan of shaky cam in general. It kind of works for this because it kind of like accelerated the the hyper intensity of the just general mystery of things. So I guess it kind of worked, but that'll probably be my only critique in terms of cinematography. Is like when the action scenes are there, it does get kind of shaky. This film, I would relate it kind of to A Walk Among the Tombstones in terms of the type of feeling that I got, in terms of like, it's almost like a rainy day thriller, if you know what I mean. Like, if it's bad weather outside or whatever, and you kind of want to watch a film, you don't want to watch a goofy film, but you don't want to watch something that's too hard on the mind. It's on like those dime store like mystery novels type of things. The script, which wasn't written by Nolan, is actually good. It's actually good. It's kind of procedural. It's not that unique or original. But if you enjoy a good old-fashioned mystery, like mystery thriller, this is that type of a screenplay for you. It's nothing. Here's the thing: Memento and Insomnia, they're two really good mysteries, I feel. Memento is that type of a mystery, what you want to watch if you really want to challenge your mind and you really want to, like, just really delve into this, like, a really trippy type of atmosphere. Where Insomnia is that mystery that you just want to watch just to have a good old fun time with a mystery. I thought the score was very good. I thought it did a very good job with building up tension, and even just like giving it an atmosphere, like giving it a good atmospheric tone. One thing I really do need praise is the editing, the way that this was edited at points where it just interspliced some moments like almost subliminal type of thing. It was very good, and it kept, and the way it edited at points as well, it was almost like it was action editing for a non-action scene, so it got the adrenaline running for me, personally. It got me very intense the way this was edited. When I first watched it, I had some pacing issues. Second time viewing, I don't have that much pacing issues at all. I felt like it went by very well, like it did a good job at pacing.
Insomnia. I like this film. The acting was phenomenal by Pacino and Robbie Williams. And
Robin Williams. Not Robbie Williams.
Yeah, Robin Williams.
Not Take That, Robbie Williams.
As Oscar said, he can play a very good comedy role, and he can play a very good dramatic role. And I loved Robin Williams in this one. Al Pacino, fantastic. I liked Al Pacino in this. I think they casted him really well. Like, he's an oldish man.
He's an agent detective, yeah.
He's an agent detective, and you can tell that he's been through a lot of like cases, and he's very controversial as well. I felt the
way he handled some mystery stuff.
Yeah,
the way he A lot of times he didn't do things by the books.
The rest were okay. They weren't like, none of the performances standing out for me. The story was good. I enjoyed the story. Like, fantastic detective film. If you like detective movies, I recommend this. There's a very lot of detective work going on, and you don't really need to follow it. Well, you do need to follow, but it's not hard work to follow.
Yeah, it's not like something like True Detective where you actually need to focus a lot into, like, really get into it type of thing. This you can kind of, like, you need to pay attention, but you can just almost sit back and just
enjoy the film.
Yeah.
The cinematography is beautiful. You could tell where did Wally Fist? He didn't do Dark Knight Rises, did he?
Yeah, he did the Dark Knight trilogy.
Wally Fist there?
Yeah.
You could tell then. You could tell.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, do you remember that? The shot with the the aeroplane?
Yeah.
That was so Dark Knight Rises.
Mm-hmm.
You could tell that was Dark Knight Rises, and you could tell like he's got some experience from this film. I think all of these Christopher Nolan's new old films have sort of been experimental.
Yeah.
Until he got into the big world with Interstellar and the
Batman films.
Yeah. One negative I gotta put out there.
Go on.
Which, when you had the first time watching it, you had
pacing
issues. I had a little bit of pacing issues. Just a little bit, like some of the talky scenes just went on for a little bit.
Yeah.
So yeah, totally understandable pacing issues.
First viewing it is like
viewing.
Yeah. I think that's the same with a lot of mysteries though. With a lot of mysteries, you're trying to take in so much that you end up just kind of getting like with certain stuff.
That's probably what it was.
For me personally, since I know basically what was happening with the film, I didn't need to focus too much on what the outcome was going to be.
Right.
So I personally was just watching more for the other scenes.
What I'd also say is about the cinematography being shaky cam. that didn't really matter to me. Like, I didn't really notice as much as Oscar.
It was literally the end thing between Pacino and Williams.
Right.
That I noticed it.
Right. I didn't.
Yeah.
It didn't really stand out for me because that was probably more immersed.
Yeah.
Into the action taking place.
So guys, thank you for watching our review for Insomnia. What are your thoughts on Insomnia? Do you like it? Is it one of your favourite Nolan films? Is it one of your least favourites? Let us know. Let us know what you thought of our review. Do whatever you want in the comments. While you're there doing whatever you want, how about you do whatever you want by clicking in the description, seeing our Twitters, Instagrams, and
Facebook page.
The Facebook page. Thank you. And yeah, see what we're all doing. And the next film in this Nolan review series will be Batman Begins. Ooh, I'm looking forward to rewatching that. And so yeah, until next time, guys, we shall see you all later. And see ya. Do you know what I forgot to do?
What?
My Pacino impression. Hoo-ha! Did it.